Hello, everybody, and welcome to the post-match verdict with me, Theo Squires, where Liverpool have just thrashed Chelsea 4-1 at Anfield. An incredible night for the Reds as they extend their lead at the top of the table to 5 points. Where to start? Well, there's only one place to start, and that is Conor Bradley. The cop was chanting his name a number of times in this, and I imagine we're all going to be singing his praises for a long, long time to come. He was superb. He scores, he assists. If you haven't already known the name, remember the name. He has been incredible and he was deserved man of the match tonight. Starting at right back ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold. That was a bit of a surprise when team news dropped. We all expected Trent to come back in, but he's deserved his place and he got a standing ovation when he came off. Of course, he doesn't get the first goal. He just gets an assist. He wins the ball back on the halfway line, plays a smart 1-2. And then it goes to Diogo Jota, who squeezes through two defenders, somehow finds himself one-on-one, and then just puts it past Petrovic to give Liverpool the lead. Another second, that does go to Conor Bradley. Luis Diaz, he shakes off a couple of defenders in midfield, threads the ball through to Bradley, and he's got a long way to go. He takes it wide to right of the box, fires it across goal into the bottom corner. It's an incredible finish from an incredible angle, and first Premier League goal for the youngster. It won't be the last. In the second half, Bradley gets his second assist. Another cross to the far post. Szoboszlai rises highest, gets the header across goal to make it 3-0. Now Chelsea do get one back in Nkunku, but this was going to be Liverpool's day. They end up winning 4-1 with the fourth goal coming thanks to Darwin Núñez. He doesn't get the goal himself, but he's had a really good performance tonight. He works hard on the left wing, cuts it back across to the far post, and Luis Diaz is there to finish it up nicely. Núñez should have scored, let's be honest. He's had a great game, and he's done everything but score. He's had a penalty, hit the post. He's hit the post a separate time. He's hit the crossbar a couple of times. It's another one of those days with Darwin Núñez where you're just wondering, how has he not scored? But he's got his assist. His goal contributions keep on coming. And it's just a superb performance from Liverpool. Now, remember, we are live on YouTube and on Facebook, so get your comments coming in. I'm sure there'll be plenty of reaction to this one. It's been a lovely dress rehearsal, hasn't it, for next month's League Cup final. Of course, when Chelsea, you're always going to have the little stories of Raheem Sterling or a Moises Caicedo. With Sterling, his touches were booed basically from start to finish. He had another very quiet day here at Anfield, as he always seems to do. And Caicedo, he was jeered when he got booked for one foul, I think, on Diaz in the first half. And then he got jeered again when he got taken off quite early in the second half. It didn't really go his day-to-day. Whether he regrets his choice in the summer, only he can say. Obviously, Chelsea's the club he wanted to join, and I think Jurgen Klopp's quite happy with who he managed to sign instead. It's quite interesting when you look at that Chelsea midfield. It cost over 200 million. Liverpool's starting midfield of McAllister, Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones cost less than 100 million. It's been a superb performance from them. And at the end, we have three little birds ringing out here at Anfield. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing's going to be okay. Jurgen Klopp might be leaving at the end of the season, but he's created a wonderful team that is only going to get better and better with age. And you hope against Chelsea next month they can win that first trophy. Obviously, there's so many standout performances here today. Let's have a look at Ian Doyle's player ratings, and he has gone for a full 10 for Conor Bradley, deservedly so. His name, as I said, was chanted a number of occasions, and he deserved his standing ovation. We'll see if he keeps that place against Arsenal at the weekend with Trent Alexander-Arnold breathing down his neck. Of course, you can put them both in the same team if you put Trent in midfield, but then the downside of that is you have to drop one of the midfielders, which is always going to be hard to do when everyone is playing so well. Alexis McAllister, he obviously missed the last game against Norwich with an injury, but he was back today, and he picked up where he left off against Bournemouth. He was superb in midfield, winning back possession, plugging gaps, passing it really well. He gave supporters a scare late on when he did go down. I think it was a clash of knees, and they did have the stretcher prepared briefly, but he managed to get to his feet, limp off. Liverpool had already used all their substitutions at this point, so he had to come back on, and he did finish the game. I'm expecting an update from Jurgen Klopp in the post-match press conference soon enough, and hopefully he'll be able to downplay any fears about that, and McAllister will be fine to play against Arsenal at the weekend. Szoboszlai, he also got an 8, another really lively performance from him. He obviously had a little bit of a quiet spell, didn't he, after his amazing start to his Liverpool career, but he certainly picked up again in the last few weeks. Even though he's had that injury, of course, he's back with a bang today. Who else is Doyley praised today? Jota, he's got an 8. He's playing on the right-hand side. He's the one who wins the spot kick, and he gets his goal again. And that goal as well, I must say, it reminds me of a Luis Suarez, the way he manages to jink his way through a couple of challenges. It takes a couple of ricochets and he still keeps possession. How good has Diogo Jota been in recent weeks? He's certainly back to his best. The form we were seeing from him, I'd say first half, midway of 21-22 season, before he got an injury, when he was on his way to a 20-goal season. Looking at your comments now, and we're seeing so much praise for Conor, Bradley, praise for Darwin Núñez too. Like, he does get the assists even if he has so many misses. If you can just add those to his game, how many goals can he score? Like, I think he's got more. He's hit the woodwork more times than anyone else. I think twice as many times as anyone else in the Premier League this season, and he's got more missed chances, big missed chances than anyone else as well. He just adds that finishing touch to his game. We're talking about a 20-30 goal a season striker, but he could still be that, of course, because he's already halfway there. Back to Doyley's ratings. Of course, Núñez gets the 8, as I've said. We've talked about him a lot already, haven't we? With his assist, hitting the woodwork, the penalty. He's just a nuisance, and there's a reason why he always seems to be the go-to man in attack at the moment. Early on, he was just shooting from distance, shooting on sight. We'll find out if that was something that was told to him before the game with Petrovic, who has been caught out from distance a number of times so far this season, or if it was just something he was instinctively doing himself after seeing openings. Either way, he was unlucky that none of them came off quite the way he would have liked. Diaz also gets an 8 from Doyley for a great performance from him on the left-hand side. Really good with his footwork. He swapped to the right as well, and that's how he gets his goal after the substitutions. But yeah, it's a really good performance from Liverpool, and it's a statement performance. The first half is as good a first half as you're going to see from a Jurgen Klopp side. And while they didn't quite keep going in the second half, they still get another couple more goals. We were saying here in the press box that 3-1 would have flattered Chelsea. 4-1, it feels comfortable enough, but on another day we could be talking 5-1, 6-1, 7-1. They battered them from start to finish, and you just need to look at the stats for that. Like, Liverpool had, I think, 28 shots in the end. Yeah, 28 shots, 13 on target. The possession doesn't spell out a team that have dominated it, but Liverpool were in control from start to finish. They kept Chelsea very quiet, apart from the consolation goal and a few half-hearted penalty shouts. But yeah, Liverpool, with that, they had to win today. If you look at the results elsewhere, Arsenal obviously won away at Nottingham Forest yesterday. Man City won 3-1 at home to Burnley this evening. Tottenham beat Brentford 3-2. I know Villa have dropped points, but that's your top 4: Liverpool, City, Arsenal and Tottenham. And Liverpool now have that 5-point lead over City and Arsenal, though City do have that game in hand. If we look ahead to the fixture list, obviously City have got a very tough March looming. I know that's a little bit in the distance now, and they have got that game in hand, I think, against Brentford coming up in next month, if not March as well. So they'll obviously be looking to pick up that. We've seen City before, second half of the season. They just seem to grind out wins and go again and again and again. But if Liverpool can keep up like this, you do really start to feel that a Premier League title perhaps, is in their hands. When you've got these two games now, Arsenal, of course, away next up at the weekend, and Chelsea home today. This is the perfect start to this double header. 3 points doesn't feel like enough for you'd accept, but if they can go and get 6, then City might start to feel a little bit anxious about whether they can claw back that deficit. Of course, they've done it before, never write off Manchester City. They won the treble last season for a reason, and they've now got De Bruyne back, they've got Haaland back, but this Liverpool team, it does feel rather special, doesn't it? There's not really much more to say here. Hopefully McAllister has avoided injury, and Liverpool, they'll be welcoming back a few more players from injury in the upcoming weeks. Thiago's back in training this week. I'd imagine Arsenal will come a little bit too soon for him, but later on in February, he could be making it a playing return. Mohamed Salah, he should be back, you'd like to think, for the Burnley or Brentford game when he came off against Ghana, wasn't it, in the Africa Cup of Nations. They were saying 3 to 4 weeks. If it's 3 weeks, he can be back for Burnley. If it's 4, it's Brentford away on the 17th, and that's a week before the League Cup final, so you'd like to think that he's certainly back to a little bit of health and match fitness and some consistency in terms of game time by that match. And who else we've got? Bajcetic, no word on him yet. Ben Doak and Matip, we know, could be out for a while, but that Liverpool injury list is starting to shorten. And when you're looking at the bench here today, not too many youngsters on it, apart from the ones that have started to really cement their place in the first team. Gravenberch didn't even get on. Liverpool's win was so emphatic. We've got Bobby Clark to come on. The squad is looking really strong. long may it continue. Yeah, Liverpool top of the league. That's all you want to see. Thanks for tuning in. Obviously, stay tuned to the website for more from Paul Gorsney and Doyle. We'll have Gorsty's verdict. We'll have the rest of we'll have Doyley's analysis. Sorry, coming up in the morning. I'm not sure if he's done a snap analysis yet. Check the website to find out. We'll have all the reaction from Klopp and Maurizio Pochettino. Hopefully, Gorsty will manage to speak to a couple of the players in the mix zone. I think we've all got our fingers crossed that Conor Bradley fancies a chat after that sensational performance today. And then it's just looking ahead to Arsenal, isn't it? Once we get all this post-match celebrations out the way. Jurgen Klopp did get the fist bump celebrations back out tonight. Obviously, he's enjoyed this one. Hopefully, we'll see that a few more times until the end of the season as he looks to finish his Liverpool career on a high. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, bye-bye.